Hi, Susie. How's it going?
Hi, good and you, Nick.
Great. Yeah, it's lovely to see you again. I mean, we've known you from South Africa, so it's really lovely to see you moving over to Portugal, and you picked the opposite side of the Algarve to us. I know why'd you do that?
Well, actually, not the opposite. I'm now in Albufeira, Algarve, so I'm sort of central. We did move from Alvor. At first, we went to Alvor because that is where the job took me. But then we realized that Albufeira is a little bit more central, with my son also getting a job done in Quarteira. So I think it's good for everybody to be a bit more central. So we have moved. So we're in Algarve.
So that
And
must be quite tough moving twice in a few months because you've been here, how many,
four,
5 months
four,
now?
four
4 months.
months. Okay,
Yeah.
so in the 4 months, yes, it's really it's actually quite surreal, but yeah, we've done a lot, lots of challenges, definitely difficult. So you leave a country that you've lived for 50 years, more than 50 years, and then you come to a place where you've got to adapt, and it's winter on top of it, which is not the easiest in Europe. But and then you're sort of adapting to the place, and then you move again.
Yeah.
So yeah, because that couldn't have been a holiday, because then it would have been a very long holiday. So
Exactly. And how
yeah.
are you finding Albufeira? Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff going on in Albufeira to live.
Yes, look, we've only been here for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, it was last week Sunday that we moved. So yeah, we're still also trying to find our feet here and see what. But our office is here, the office that I used to come to anyway. So I sort of knew a little bit more about Albufeira. Lots of immigrants, and with summer coming up, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay,
fun fact.
so
Apparently, there are more immigrants in Albufeira than there are locals. How's that?
it wouldn't surprise me, especially if you go from that main, like the roundabout, the main one that goes into Albufeira, um, up to the main strip, they call it, the strip, where all the beaches then start. It's just immigrants. So we went past on Sunday just to have a look at the beaches, and it's just awesome. And I mean, it's lovely beaches, but they're filling up,
And
definitely.
I guess it must be like you said. Moving in winter was tough because it was raining and it was a bit cold, and now obviously the spring's just finishing and we're getting a bit of a warm weather. I mean, today's a stunning day,
Yeah,
and
yes,
we've had
yes.
some warm days. So how's it feeling? Is the family really sort of relaxed and enjoying Portuguese life, or is it still tricky? Because I
Um,
know, I mean, it is tricky.
So yeah, the first few months with winter was bad because we came from being from South Africa, so hot. We really felt it. Okay. Yes, now with the spring and with summer on its way, of course, it's going to be a little bit easier. But we also came from the interior in South Africa, which we weren't used to the coastal way of living and the seasons, like all four seasons in one, like they say with Cape Town. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it can rain and then it's sunshine and then it's cloudy again. So, I think we're just getting used to everything. And look, it has been challenging, but knowing the language helps a lot,
Because you
obviously.
speak fluent Portuguese,
Yeah,
right?
I speak
Yeah.
fluent Portuguese. The guys are struggling a little bit, but they'll get there. Armando knows more than Pablo, of course. But Algarve is so English, though. It really is. So I think it was actually the right place to come. They feel more
And
relaxed.
obviously, having been through the whole relocation process, what you were saying that like you guys are absorbing it and getting involved in it, I find it quite amazing. Quite a few friends or people that I've known have emigrated from South Africa, and after 2 years they've left and gone home. Don't you think? I mean, why would people do that?
No, no, I don't. I don't see it. Yeah, look, I made this move, and it's to stay. So the mindset has to be that, and I think a lot of people still leave a lot of belongings there. So if you leave your belongings there, it's easier then to go back. So I believe in moving forward. I mean, I also stored a couple of things which we're now bringing up, with the next container that we're organizing. So you've got to make it work. You can't
So it's
you
lock,
can't
stock, and
because it's,
barrel.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, I mean, can you imagine in 2 years' time having to do this again, going back? And with the way South Africa is at the moment, it's a bit dodgy to do that.
But I think even if you're coming from America or United Kingdom or wherever, you still have to go through the stress of moving, the stress of relocating, and the hassle and the cost as well, because it's a massive cost. Yeah.
It is a massive cost, and people don't realize it. I mean, even when I decided, okay, let's do this, you don't know all that it entails, obviously, and you learn whilst you're here, but you have to want to do it and stick to it. There's lots of ups and downs, but you have to go. If
you could give anybody a little sort of gem of advice, what would you say if they're just about to relocate or thinking about relocating?
You know what? The culture is different. Okay, so irrespective if I'm a Portuguese South African, being an immigrant in South Africa, which we always considered ourselves to be at the end of the day, your culture at home and that is very different to the culture here. So the locals are very different. They also look at you different because even though you speak the language, they know you're not from here. But I think embrace. Embrace is the first thing. Good or bad, you learn from it. And try and be positive. Because if you're negative about it, you're not going to make anything of
Absolutely. You've got to treat it like an adventure, and these new things are just quirks.
It's a challenge. Look, I do advise people coming with a job, like I did. I don't think I would come here if I didn't have that at least. So that's very important. Things are, it's difficult here, but I have learned that it's who you know. So networking is very important. It's a totally different life here. So our lives in South Africa were completely different to this. I mean, even just being inside the apartment, you can't even compare it to a home in South Africa. It's different. It's different. There's hardly any parking here. Parking's a problem.
It is a snag. It really is. I mean, even in Albufeira, I suppose it must be difficult depending on where you live.
Yeah. So no, like there's one parking inside, but then you all have cars. So then we have to park on the street. But what I started doing when I started, when we arrived and I had to start working immediately because I started on the 2nd of January, is I started seeing what was close to the clients, and then I would park and walk, because here you walk mostly. You really park the car and then you just walk. And of course it's very safe. I mean, we know that. So it's good. It's a totally different life.
Would you say that's your best thing about the Algarve or Portugal, is the safety?
It's the safety. It's knowing that there's better opportunities, especially for my son. And I'm hoping for us as well. I mean, we're not that old. So, to start again. So, yes, I think opportunities. Definitely. So we must embrace it. We must embrace it.
Absolutely, yeah. Don't be going home in 2 years' time, okay? So
no, definitely not. This is home.
Brilliant. That's wonderful. So now let's get on to the topic of conversation of today, because you working for Currencies Direct, which is a money transferring company. So can you explain to me, because it's not really a major thing that people talk about when they're relocating, and it obviously is a massive thing. It's a very important thing, but I think most people feel very comfortable with their own banks, and they think, oh yeah, no, it's fine, I can just do it with my own bank.
That's right. So there's two types of people I've found when I started working at Currencies Direct. So you get the person that is very savvy about money and exchange rates, so they know what's happening, okay? And they know how it works. So they will still hear you out because they want the competitive rate, okay? And they know the banks charge much more. And then you get the person that doesn't really know and will go with safety or security. That's how they see it, and the banks for them are secure. But actually, it is so easy to deal with someone like or a company like Currencies Direct. So I personally used them when I came over, and it was really, I mean, from South Africa's side, I called, and they immediately called me back. you open an account. Obviously, you give them the documents that are needed, the usual FICA documents, like they call them in South Africa. They open an account for you. You transfer your money in there, and then you can wait. You can even, you don't have to transfer immediately. You wait. If you feel, okay, today I want to do the transfer, I need it here, you phone them, they give you the best rate. So the spread is very low compared to what a bank gives. And that is the competitive edge of Currencies Direct, is the spread. Okay, they don't charge you anything extra. Okay, in South Africa they were charging 350 rand if you were sending or transferring less than 100,000 rand. Okay, but that's just something there. Here in Portugal and all over in the UK, there's no fee. It's just the spread. And they really are competitive.
So you can do as many transfers as you want. It doesn't actually impact. You're not getting charged a fee every single time.
No, yeah. So your bank account is open. You transfer as you want, and in South Africa you actually gain interest. Funny enough, in Portugal,
just in South Africa, not here.
Yeah, no. Here we already know how the interest rate works. Here there isn't really an interest rate.
Yeah.
But anyway, so in South Africa, and it's quite a high one. It's like, I think, 7.85 or something like that. So it's a good rate. You can leave your money there until you're ready to actually transfer.
Okay, so just to go back to interest rates, you know what? In comparison, interest rates are here like what, about 3-4% at the moment, I think, aren't they?
I actually don't know, Nick.
Okay.
Here I don't know. Yeah, but they don't charge anything extra. So they literally work with the spread. And I mean, if you're quite a savvy person and you say to them, well, my bank is giving me this, or I can get it from another company, they will come, more down, and they will really try and accommodate the person. All right.
So it's negotiable.
So obviously it's a very big company. It was established in 1996 in the UK. I mean, there's more than 120 countries and more than 25 offices that are open all over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's...
Because that was my next question was, we're doing a bank transfer to these people, and it's like, well, who are they? And how do we, we need to trust them, obviously, because
that's right.
Things can go wrong. Yeah.
So because we're a licensed Portuguese company, okay, so there's a license here. There's a number, the Banco de Portugal. So there's a number, and they're actually organizing that we're going to actually be giving clients an IBAN number. So it's your own account number, and a card. You get a card. There's an app here in Portugal as well. So what happens is, if you want to transfer, even from South Africa. So when I said I wanted to transfer, they don't necessarily send the money here. They release the money from Barclays here. Okay, so that is where they can save, because there isn't actually a transfer of monetary.
I get it. Yeah.
So that is why it's so secure as well. So I mean, and of course the human side of it, you're always dealing with someone. It's not just an app where, I mean, there's a lot of things I didn't even know there was in South Africa. We weren't so open to this. But here, when I got here, I mean, there's Revolut, there's all these other things, but it's an app. And it also
it's very difficult to get Revolut on the phone and talk to a human.
Yes, so there isn't. I think they don't even have that. So, I mean, if you want to transfer a very big amount and you do it through you've got no connection with that company, I think it's a little bit risky.
So how does it work? Imagine, I don't know, I'm trying to think of it like Joe Public, right? He's from America and he wants to transfer, $600,000 from America to here. How would the process work for him? Would he give you a call directly, email you, get on a video call and say, okay, let's sort this out?
Yes. So, I mean, if he's got my details, for example, okay, or we've also got people in the US, okay? So we've got consultants all over. But say he's now seen it and there's an Algarve email which comes straight to us, all right? And we pick it up. We immediately take him on. We get one of our consultants to call him. and the process starts. So there's obviously going to be compliance, because our legal department does the compliance and all of that, and the process starts.
Let's just go through the compliance quickly. I mean, the compliance is generally for, on your side, to make sure that there are no fraudulent activities happening as well.
Yes, of course. There has to be compliance, obviously. And that is why with some countries, there's a bit bigger risk than others. But
Okay.
I mean, from America, what I've learned as well is that for Americans especially, Currencies Direct is really good, because they can open up an account in their name much quicker than if they're opening up an account in Portugal in their name.
Okay.
Because local banks, there's more, bureaucracy where that's concerned with the Americans, I believe. So we have found that a lot of clients really like it. Actually, I've got a client that's from America going to the Azores, and she also transferred, and she's already living in the Azores. So yeah.
Okay, I mean, this goes without saying, it's pretty obvious that you have to have a bank account in Portugal first before you're dealing with Currencies Direct, right?
Well, yes and no. Like, for example, I did, okay, and I wanted it. But say you've got you an estate agent, and your client is using Currencies Direct. Currencies Direct can then transfer it to a third party, which would then be you.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
and that happens as well with attorneys, lawyers. Okay, so they use that a lot. So if you tell us the account that needs to be paid is that account, that's what the account that will go onto the profile.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
But I mean, people will need bank accounts for other reasons here as well.
Yes, of course. But with the new card and with the new IBAN system that's going to become, you can actually use the Currencies Direct account as a normal account. You can actually pay with your card. So, you can, I think they're even going to add the whole debit and, debit orders and stuff that can actually go from your account. So it's
Do you know if that's that obviously, because it's got a governing, what's it called? It's like the Bank of Portugal is certifying this account. So you can basically use that for your relocation and your immigration details as well, right?
Everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because then you put, yes, you can use the address, you can, so,
And what's that process like, getting a bank account? I mean, it's the same as doing a transfer, you're just getting it sounds pretty easy.
It's extremely easy. You just give the documents that they need and they open the account. And then they order your card, and then obviously you can download the app.
So essentially, you're a bank as well.
Well, yes.
Which I didn't know.
Yes, so I think it started as a digital bank, of what I understand as well. Okay, so it's a digital bank. But now, of course, having the license in Portugal, we can broaden that. So there's a lot of companies, exchange companies, FX companies, that are dealing here, but they have to use the companies in the UK. They have to use their licenses and the cloud and all of that stuff. We don't. We use the Portuguese license. So we are an entity here, which is obviously very good.
Yeah, much more legitimate than having people just having external branches. Excellent.
Yeah, because then, money comes, it literally has to go to the UK if you're using one of the other companies, and then it comes here, where with us it comes directly here.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, don't know what else to ask you.
It's fine. What else can we look?
But that's fine. I suppose that's 20 minutes. Let's just let's just wrap it up, okay? So so I'll start. Okay, we're going to give it a bit of a pause so I can edit.
Okay.
So Susie, it sounds like a fantastic job you've landed yourself up in. Obviously, relocating, getting a job. Did you have this figured out before you came?
Absolutely not.
Oh, really?
So I had 2 months to plan everything. I took a leap of faith, and I think it's going to pay off. I'm working with a very fantastic and diverse team. I mean, there's Brazilians, my boss is Brazilian, but been here for 20 years. British, South African. I'm not the only South African in the company. Lots of South Africans in Algarve, by the way. So not even South African Portuguese, South Africans as in South Africans. So
That's me. I'm one.
that's you. Yeah, I've actually heard people speak Afrikaans in the stores. Yeah, so that's quite amazing. So we deal a lot with the Spain team as well. There's a big branch, lots of branches there as well. There's a big office there. So I think that Currencies Direct Portugal will definitely dominate the currency world here in Portugal very soon. The tenacity and knowledge that our team has in committing to assisting our affiliates and clients with all their transfer needs, it just stands out from other exchange companies, Of course, and as you are as well, an affiliate, being an affiliate is a partnership.
So just to you guys out there, if you are considering transferring money, we get a little bit of a kickback. So you're helping our channel, which is fantastic. So thank you very much. And there's no extra cost to them, which is great. So it's wonderful.
Yes. So I don't know how you would want to give my details, but anyone is welcome to call me, email me directly. It doesn't matter where in the world.
We'll put your details in the show notes or in the description on YouTube, so then people can get hold of you. Or they can contact us directly through algarveaddicts.com and we can transfer them on to you.
Absolutely. So it doesn't matter if you're transferring to Portugal or from Portugal. You could sell your property here or anything and go back to your home country. We will assist, definitely, at the best rate.
Fantastic. Well, Susie, thanks so much for coming on. It's lovely to hear about, obviously, Currencies Direct, but it's also lovely to hear about, the way you guys have relocated and settling in beautifully here. So hope you have a fantastic summer. Yeah.
Yes. It's just a pity the family's far. That's the hard part of it. But I think, yes, with summer coming, I can't wait to have a Algarve summer, which we always dreamt about as young people. So, yes.
I think it's going to be hot, but you're right. I think that sort of missing the family is a part of part of relocation, and it's something that we all need to try and deal with. Have you been doing a lot of FaceTiming and things like that? Yeah,
lots. Luckily, my mom, even though she's turning 82, is very good with a phone.
Oh, fantastic!
She's got FaceTime and everything, and WhatsApp. So it really helps. Technology has brought the world together, which makes it
because that was a real challenge for us, because my mom, she couldn't use it at the age of 80 as well, and it was very difficult to try, so we had to fly back to South Africa, which was lovely but expensive all the time.
Yes. No, luckily with my mom, and I believe that they'll come and visit soon. I think it's also something new for them, and I'm sure
that's a nice thing as well. Yeah, you're getting people to come on holiday and it happens. All of my friends as well from the United Kingdom, they're like, we are just so full in summer because all our friends and family are like, we've got this friend in the Algarve, let's go and stay there. So they come over.
And it's awesome. So look, we just have faith and we carry on, and I'm sure everything is going to go well.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome, Susie. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.